Absolutely. Awesome. Yeah. So Monica, why don't you tell us a little bit about the background of Lossless?
Of course, I'd be happy to, and wanted to thank as well a lot for Will for such kind words. I mean, when it says elite, it means a lot to me in reputation wise. As for Lossless, what we do, our niche is definitely security. That's our core word, and what we do is we are the first DeFi hack mitigation tool for token creators. And it might sound difficult, but it's actually pretty easy to understand because what we do is we basically create infrastructure for various projects that are issuing tokens. And what they can do is they can implement our core protocol, which then allows us to, with our white hat hacker network and their bots, they allow us to view the project's transactions, spot hacks if any are happening, freeze those transactions that are actually hacks, and then even revert the money that is being stolen. So that's the solution we're building here. We're about to launch it this quarter. And yes, our ecosystem is expanding rapidly. Fight Legends were one of the early adopters, as you said. Currently, we have around 50 partnerships in total in the ecosystem, but they are diversified because we have almost 30, I think, if not plus 30 of those partnerships are already project integrations. So projects integrating our protocol into the token, and others are various launch pads and other type of partnerships that allow us to increase reach in DeFi so that more and more projects would know about Lossless and would have the availability, the chance to integrate us in the first place. That would probably be a brief introduction of what we do here.
That's fantastic. And I mean, for someone like me who's been around the space for a while, but it's only just diving into NFTs, how does that actually work? Obviously, you can't tell us IP-wise, but how would that protocol actually pick up on the nefarious activities that are going on?
So currently, the solution that we have allows us to track token transactions. Maybe in the future we will have the chance to apply this to the NFT technology as well. But currently, the core focus is on tokens, and the core protocol is launched on them in this direction. How it works basically is that we are working with a network of white hat hackers, so the good guys of hacking, the ethical hackers also, as they're called. And what they can do is we are creating a tool for them, well, call it an infrastructure, a tool, whichever makes more sense to you, where they can integrate their bots or track transactions manually and just review them. And if they see that a transaction has some type of suspicious signals, I don't know, like a huge sum of money being immediately transported, or there's like a sequence of transactions with the same amount of money to the very same wallet and so on, or any other type of signals that might indicate this is bad news, they then have the power to freeze that transaction from 24 to 48 hours and basically initiate an investigation. So what happens is that during those hours when the transaction is frozen, a white hat hacker has to stake lossless tokens to report the hack in the first place. This way we do the so-called positive and negative motivation. So in the positive side is that if the hack is actually true, the white hat hacker that found the hack is going to be rewarded. But the negative side is that if you didn't do your due diligence here and you didn't like overturn all the rocks possible, those stake tokens that you placed in there, they might be taken from you just because you didn't do all the homework, let's call it this way. So what happens is the transaction is frozen, an investigation starts, and our decision-making body, which is comprised out of the tokens creators, out of Lossless team, and also out of third-party specialists like auditing companies or lawyers and such, people who understand how transactions work and how hacks work, they then do the investigation and decide if this is actually a hack. And if so, they issue a decision, yes, this is a hack. then we revert all of the money that has been stolen, and the finder is rewarded. The lossless holders who staked on top as well are rewarded. Lossless also takes a percent here, and for our continuous work, and the decision-making body, the committee as well, if you can call it this way, also takes a percent for the work that they did during the investigation. Of course, if it's not a hack, if it so comes to the conclusion that this was actually good work, this was just a simple transaction, then the transaction is unfrozen, it moves forward as if nothing happened, and the money goes to where it was supposed to go in the first place. Sorry for the technicalities. This is a technical solution, but since we are the first in the industry to do this, I'm just explaining in full detail.